Repeat performance. Eala kicks off Indian Wells title quest. Eala believes the result of her round of 64 duel with Ukrainian Diana Yastremska to start her campaign in the BNP Paribas Open singles competition on Saturday would largely depend on her game. While Eala is taking on somebody she's faced before at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden in Indian Wells, the world number 31 Filipino netter insists that the key to success lies in her brand of play. Philippine current events. My preparations are built around myself, so I'm focusing a lot more on my game as opposed to who it's going to be, and I think that's the best way to approach it, Eala said on the eve of her showdown with the world number 52. Because at the end of the day, what I can control is what I do and how I approach things, added the 20-year-old Eala, whose debut is expected to be watched by a sellout crowd. Eala and Yastremska have crossed paths before. In the Eastbourne Open in England, last June, Eala, a proud product of the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, won in straight sets, 6-1, 6-2, in the quarterfinal. At press time, Eala is playing in the women's doubles with world number 20 Iva Jovic as they faced Haley Baptiste and Yelena Ostapenko of Latvia in the last 32. Thanks to her lofty rating in the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, Eala earned a bye in the main draw for the first time in her professional career. If victorious once again against Yastremska, Eala will square off with former doubles partner and world number 4 Coco Gauff in the round of 31. Gauff had also clashed with Eala before, and it took place during the Dubai Tennis Championships in the United Arab Emirates last month. Gauff didn't push herself to the limit as she got past Eala 6-0, 6-2, in the quarterfinal round. Also entered in the tournament dubbed as the 5th Grand Slam are number 1 Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus, number 2 Iga Swiatek of Poland, number 3 Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan and defending champion Mira Andreeva of Russia, all favored to progress. One thing that could work wonders for Eala even against top-notch opponents will be the crowd that will cheer for her every move. In the Australian Open last January, a huge crowd went to see her play in Dubai, and during her Middle East stint, Filipino came in full force to support her. Repeat performance? Eala kicks off Indian Wells title quest. The desert sun rises slowly over the California Valley, painting the sky in warm shades of orange and gold. The courts at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden begin to fill with quiet anticipation. Fans clutch coffee cups, volunteers sweep the lines, and the faint echo of bouncing tennis balls floats through the air. It is the opening rhythm of the Indian Wells Open, one of the most prestigious tournaments outside the Grand Slams. This year, however, the attention of many spectators is drawn to a young player stepping onto the practice court with calm determination. Eala. For Eala, the moment feels both familiar and entirely new. Tennis is a sport that thrives on repetition. The repetition of strokes, routines, and sometimes glory. The question hanging in the warm desert air is simple yet powerful. Can she deliver a repeat performance? The echo of success. Success in tennis rarely happens by accident. It is born from thousands of invisible repetitions. Serves struck under the blazing sun, backhands drilled late into the evening, and endless hours of mental preparation. For Eala, the memory of past triumphs serves as both motivation and pressure. Each victory creates an echo. When a player returns to a big stage like Indian Wells, that echo becomes louder. Fans remember brilliant rallies. Commentators recall clutch points. Opponents remember the sting of defeat. But athletes remember something deeper, the feeling of being unstoppable. Eala walks onto the court carrying those memories like a silent companion. Indian Wells, a stage of dreams. The Indian Wells Open is often called the 5th Grand Slam. Though technically part of the WTA Tour and ATP Tour circuits, the tournament possesses a grandeur all its own. Palm trees line the pathways. Mountains frame the horizon. The stadium courts hold thousands of fans who appreciate tennis not just as a sport, but as art. For many young players, simply qualifying for the tournament is an achievement. For Eala, the mission is larger. She isn't just here to participate. She's here to compete for the title. The weight of expectations. Expectations can feel heavier than any trophy. When a young star begins to shine, the world takes notice quickly. Headlines appear. Social media buzzes. Analysts discuss potential. For Eala, This attention is both flattering and challenging. The tennis world has watched her rise through junior tournaments and professional circuits with remarkable composure. Her game blends modern power with classic court intelligence. She reads opponents carefully, constructing points like a chess player planning several moves ahead. But Indian Wells demands more than talent. It demands resilience. Matches can stretch for hours under intense heat. Momentum can shift in a heartbeat. A single break point can determine destiny. To win here once is extraordinary. To repeat the feat is legendary. A new chapter begins. The opening round always carries a strange energy. There is excitement, of course, but also uncertainty. Even the most experienced champions feel the tension of the first match. For Eala, stepping onto the court marks the start of a new narrative. Every tournament is its own story. Yesterday's victories do not automatically become today's wins. Each rally must be earned again. Each game must be fought for again. That is the beauty of tennis. And the cruelty of it. The rhythm of the game. As the match begins, the rhythm of tennis takes over. Serve. Return. Rally. The ball moves across the net like a bright comet, tracing invisible lines of strategy. Eala's footwork is sharp, her movements efficient. She glides across the baseline with a balance that comes from years of discipline. Her forehand snaps through the air with confidence. Her backhand, often considered her most reliable weapon, slices through rallies with precision. Fans begin to sense something special. There is a quiet electricity when a player is fully present in the moment. The psychology of repetition. In sports, repeating success is far more difficult than achieving it once. The first triumph often comes with surprise and momentum. The second demands mental mastery. Opponents study your patterns. Crowds expect brilliance. Pressure multiplies. Eala understands this reality. Instead of resisting it, she embraces the challenge. Each point becomes a small universe where only the present matters. No past, no future, just the ball and the next shot. The crowd awakens. As rallies grow longer and more intense, the crowd at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden begins to awaken. Applause ripples through the stadium. Gasps follow spectacular winners. Tennis crowds have a unique language. Quiet during rallies, explosive afterward. The rhythm feels almost musical. Eala feeds off the energy without letting it overwhelm her. Great players know how to listen to the crowd without losing their inner silence. Lessons from the greats. Every tennis generation studies the legends who came before. Players like Serena Williams, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer demonstrated what repeat excellence truly means. Their careers were built not only on talent but on the relentless pursuit of improvement.